Ladies and gentlemen, this is Intervlog. I said, this is Intervlog. The channel that brings you the real stories of Africa's transformation. Today we shine the spotlight on a leader who is redefining what it means to govern with vision, courage, and a deep love for his people. We're talking about none other than Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traore. At a time when many African nations remain trapped in a cycle of dependency, seeking foreign aid instead of empowering their own people, Burkina Faso is showing the world a different path. A path of self-reliance, dignity, and true sovereignty. And who is at the forefront of this revolution? Captain Ibrahim Traore, a leader who is not waiting for handouts but is instead investing in his own people. On March 6, 2025, during International Women's Rights Day celebrations, President Traoré made a surprise visit to the Zongo Women's Cooperative in Lumbila. Imagine the scene: 3.6 hectares of fertile land cultivated by the strong and determined hands of Burkina women, producing onions, green beans, and eggplants, yielding an impressive 85 tons annually. These women, whom President Traoré proudly calls his Amazons, are at the heart of Burkina Faso's agricultural revolution. And what did the president say? Did he tell them to wait for foreign aid? No. He told them that Burkina Faso will stand on its own feet, that their sweat and hard work will not be in vain, that their government is with them, and that together they will build a nation that does not beg but produces. This is leadership. This is what Africa needs. Compare this with what is happening in South Africa. Instead of focusing on empowering black farmers and ensuring food self-sufficiency, President Cyril Ramaphosa is busy negotiating for USAID, while Burkina Faso is saying, "We will feed ourselves." South Africa is saying, "Please help us." And for what? For aid that comes with strings attached, for conditions that will never truly benefit the people. And if that wasn't enough, the US is now playing geopolitical games, offering Afrikaner farmers a fast-track pathway to citizenship while South Africa's black farmers are still struggling to get the land and resources they need. Meanwhile, Elon Musk and Western billionaires are more concerned about land reform than the economic emancipation of black South Africans. This is unacceptable. Africa must learn from Burkina Faso. President Traoré is proving that true sovereignty does not come from begging, but from investing in the people. He is prioritizing local farmers over foreign aid. He is making sure that women in agriculture have access to land, equipment, and markets. He is breaking the chains of dependency on Western powers and pushing for local food production and processing so that the wealth stays in Burkina Faso and benefits Burkina citizens. Brothers and sisters, this is the model of leadership Africa needs. A leader who walks the fields with his farmers, who understands that the power of a nation lies in its ability to feed itself, who does not bow to the dictates of foreign interests, but rises with his people. President Traoré is showing us that Africa's destiny is in Africa's hands. Burkina Faso's agricultural policies under President Traoré are not just a political statement. They are a blueprint for the continent's future. When we talk about food sovereignty, we are talking about power. The power to control our own resources, to feed our people, and to ensure that wealth is generated and retained within our nations. This is why Burkina Faso's agricultural revolution is so crucial. It is not just about growing crops. It is about growing a future where Africans are in charge of their own destiny. The Zongo Women's Cooperative is just one example of this vision in action. Across Burkina Faso, similar initiatives are springing up. Farmers are receiving support, agricultural production is increasing, and the country is steadily moving towards self-sufficiency. Imagine a future where every African country follows this example, where our people are empowered to feed themselves, where we no longer depend on imports or foreign aid, where our farmers are celebrated as the backbone of our economies. It is time to rethink Africa's development model. For too long, our leaders have been content with aid and loans that only serve to keep us dependent. but President Traoré is demonstrating that there is another way. He is showing that investment in local industries, especially agriculture, is the key to economic liberation. Let's talk about the impact of Burkina Faso's policies on the broader African continent. This is not just about Burkina Faso. This is about Africa as a whole. If one nation can achieve food sovereignty, then others can follow. President Traoré's approach should serve as a wake-up call for other African leaders. Why should we continue to rely on external support when we have the resources, the land, and the people to build strong economies from within? South Africa, in particular, must pay attention. The current administration is focusing on securing aid, but what about empowering its own black farmers? What about ensuring that land reform truly benefits those who were historically disadvantaged? What about breaking free from the cycle of dependency? The lessons from Burkina Faso are clear. True independence requires bold leadership, a commitment to self-sufficiency, and a refusal to bow to foreign interests. At Intervlog, we believe in celebrating the achievements of leaders who prioritize their people. We believe in amplifying the voices of those who are working to build a stronger, more self-reliant Africa. That is why we are here today, bringing you this story, urging you to see the possibilities, to understand the power of what is happening in Burkina Faso. To all our viewers, let this be a call to action. Burkina Faso is leading by example, but the fight for African sovereignty is far from over. We must support leaders who put the people first. We must reject those who keep us in perpetual dependency. We must champion the cause of African farmers, entrepreneurs, and visionaries who are working tirelessly to build a self-reliant continent. Captain Ibrahim Traore, we salute you. Burkina Faso, we celebrate you. The future of Africa is bright because of leaders like you who dare to dream beyond the limits imposed by the West. Stay tuned to Intervlog, where we bring you the truth about Africa's rising stars. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we continue to showcase the leaders and projects that are shaping the future of our great continent. Vive le Burkina Faso! Vive l'Afrique libre et souveraine! Long live Africa's true independence. Thank you. What South Africa should learn from Burkina Faso: investing in black agricultural entrepreneurship instead of negotiating for USAID. In a world where true sovereignty is demonstrated through self-reliance and the empowerment of local communities, Burkina Faso, under President Ibrahim Traore, is setting a remarkable example. Meanwhile, South Africa under President Cyril Ramaphosa is prioritizing negotiations for US aid over supporting black farmers. The contrast between these two leaders' approaches to national development could not be more striking. Traoré's commitment to agricultural entrepreneurship. On March 6, 2025, Captain Ibrahim Traoré made a surprise visit to the Zongo Women's Cooperative in Lumbaila as part of International Women's Rights Day celebrations. The cooperative, spanning 3.6 hectares, produces onions, green beans, and eggplants with an impressive annual yield of 85 tons. These women, whom Traoré proudly called Amazons, are playing a crucial role in Burkina Faso's agricultural revolution. Rather than seeking foreign aid or loans that come with conditions, Traoré reaffirmed his commitment to supporting women farmers and promoting local food production. His vision is clear: a Burkina Faso where agricultural entrepreneurship, especially among women, is the backbone of the economy. The president emphasized the importance of investing in local food production and processing, ensuring that wealth remains within the country and strengthens national self-sufficiency. Ramaphosa's misplaced priorities. While Burkina Faso empowers its black farmers and strengthens local production, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa is caught up in a geopolitical tug-of-war over US aid. US President Donald Trump recently announced an executive order halting federal aid to South Africa, citing alleged racial discrimination against white Afrikaner farmers due to land reform policies. Rather than focusing on strengthening black agricultural entrepreneurship within South Africa, Ramaphosa finds himself defending his government against Trump's accusations and negotiating for continued U.S. financial assistance. Trump's executive order goes further, offering Afrikaner farmers a fast-track pathway to U.S. citizenship, alleging they are victims of discrimination. This move, supported by billionaire Elon Musk, seeks to undermine South Africa's attempts to redress historical injustices through land reforms. Instead of standing firmly for black farmers who suffered under apartheid and ensuring that land reform benefits them, Ramaphosa is caught in a diplomatic crisis that distracts from the real issue: economic empowerment and self-sufficiency. Lessons. South Africa must learn from Burkina Faso. Prioritize local farmers over foreign aid. Traoré is proving that a country does not need to rely on foreign aid to develop its agricultural sector. South Africa should focus on strengthening black farmers through access to land, modern farming equipment, and financial support instead of seeking validation from Western nations. Support women in agriculture. Burkina Faso's president is actively encouraging female agricultural entrepreneurship. South Africa has a vast number of skilled black women in agriculture who need government-backed incentives, financial aid, and access to markets. Break dependency on foreign powers. While Burkina Faso is redirecting its policies towards self-reliance, South Africa is still entangled in Western geopolitics. True sovereignty comes from investing in domestic industries, not relying on the goodwill of foreign nations. Encourage local food production and processing. Burkina Faso is prioritizing local agricultural processing to ensure that food production benefits its citizens. South Africa must also focus on increasing domestic agricultural production rather than depending on food imports and external aid. President Ibrahim Traore is leading an agricultural revolution in Burkina Faso by empowering local farmers, especially women, and ensuring that the country does not depend on Western aid. Meanwhile, President Cyril Ramaphosa is caught up in defending South Africa against U.S. accusations while seeking continued USAID support. South Africa must take a lesson from Burkina Faso. True sovereignty and economic independence come from supporting black farmers and investing in local food production. Instead of negotiating for USAID, Ramaphosa should be walking the fields with South African farmers, just as Traoré does with Burkina farmers. The future of South Africa depends on its ability to invest in its own people, not on Western approval. Trump offers pathway to citizenship for South African farmers' families. President Trump is offering an expedited pathway to U.S. citizenship to some South African farmers. They are confiscating their land and farms, and much worse than that, he wrote in a Friday morning post on Truth Social. Trump signed an executive order last month halting federal aid to South Africa over property laws he said impose unjust racial discrimination against white Afrikaner farmers. To go a step further, any farmer with family from South Africa seeking to flee that country for reasons of safety will be invited into the United States of America with a rapid pathway to citizenship, he wrote. Friday. This process will begin immediately. He didn't provide additional details about the immediate plan, but Trump wrote in his February order that the U.S. would promote the resettlement of Afrikaner refugees escaping government-sponsored discrimination, including property confiscation, and directed his secretaries of state and Homeland Security to prioritize their resettlement through the United States Refugee Admissions Program. Afrikaners are a white, predominantly Dutch ethnic group that makes up less than 7% of South Africa's total population. The South African government has rejected claims of discrimination and accused Trump of having a distorted take on its land law that went into effect in January. The majority black country's parliament passed the law to redress the results of past racial discriminatory laws or practices, including apartheid and European colonialism. It's currently being challenged in court, and no land has been taken. Tech billionaire Elon Musk, a top advisor to Trump, hails from South Africa. Musk, who is white, has lambasted the land law on social media and claimed on his social platform X on Friday that his company Starklink can't operate in his home country because I'm not black. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who has spoken with Musk amid the dispute, alluded to Trump's attack on the law during a speech to Parliament last month. "We will not be bullied," he said. "We will stand together as a united nation, and we will speak with one voice in defense of our national interests, our sovereignty, and our constitutional democracy." This is the end of our program today. See you on Intervlog same time tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates. Thank you for watching Intervlog. Thank you.